Quest Fireside Tales. I'll read you choose endless quest books and me. Maybe we'll have a choose your own or a pick a path adventure. Come with me on a journey, theater of the mind. We'll explore new worlds together on our endless quest for fun.
Greetings. This program may contain mature content. Greetings. This program may contain mature content. From the Hilt cautions. Viewer discretion is advised. This is live content and sometimes people swear. Because we like to say shit if we want to. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Greetings, I'm Logan the G.I. Joe Gamer. Having some weird technical issues today. I even restarted my computer. It showed me in StreamYard twice. And I think everything's fixed now. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna listen to some background music here, but I'm gonna turn it way down so it's not blaring us. And we're gonna go over what we can possibly read for next time. But it's good to see everybody. We got Jess and Ray in the house. Trying to convince the tiger to jump in here, but she's saying she's tired, so I don't know if she's going to drop in or not. So it looks like we're doing good. But over on the poll, we have 4 books, and it looks like we have 3 votes. So somebody else isn't here voting as well. So thank you for that. All right. So today we are going to be reading Captain Planet, which is kind of cool because we're going to be starting a game that we call Galaxy Frontiers in September that's based off of Lynn Harrow, but this book is based off the old Star Frontiers game by TSR. So we're going to have some fun reading this today. And hello, Ray and Jasper. I appreciate you guys being here. And yes, fuck YouTube today. I mean, fuck YouTube and fuck StreamYard for right now. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully everything's working properly now, but we shall see. All right, so choice number 1 for next month is The Ring and the Sword. The Ring, the Sword, and the Unicorn. I'm sorry if I can speak properly today. I spent the last couple hours yelling at Microsoft Word, so, you know, my voice is doing really good right now. But we've got that, and so yeah, computers are being kind of dumb today. Dungeon of Dread, we read this one already, but we're running out of books, so because I got to get into my storage area and get my Animorphs and my G.I. Joe ones. That would be fun to add to this, but my cover is old. This is the very first Endless Quest book, actually. Dungeon of Dread, it was number 1. Hello, Matt from Dirty History and Hobbies. Welcome in, bud. It's good to see you. We're going to read this Endless Quest book, and you guys in the chat are going to pick where we go. That's how we roll around here. So let me welcome you in the chat there, Matt. Good to see you. So we got the Ring, the Sword, and the Unicorn. It's a fantasy forest book. This is a TSR, but it says a pick a path to adventure. So it's not the Endless Quest book series, but it's by James M. Ward, who wrote a D&D stuff. So it's by TSR. So interesting. I thought it would be fun to read that. This is a book Tiger had in her collection. I never had heard the Fantasy Forest books. But then we also got Secret of the Djinn that we can read. Now, Night of the Tiger. I have 2 of these like this. That was in the newer Endless Quest book series they did in the 90s. And man, that book, these read very differently. And it took us 2 sessions to finish Night of the Tiger. So this could be a big one too. I have never read this one, actually. I started reading Night of the Tiger the first time. I went, oh my goodness, this is crazy. But it was a lot of fun too. So. And then we have this Pick a Path to Adventure. Choose Your Own Adventure, Secret of the Pyramids. So never read it. It was in Tiger's collection, so I thought I'd throw it in here. Pick Secret of the Djinn. Not sure what it's about, but I'm a fan of Djinn mythology. I like that too, Matt. So we'll see how the vote goes. But that's what's going on today. And at the end of the show, we'll end the poll and we'll find out what we'll read next week, or next month, I mean. And so we got Captive Planet today. You also pick Secret of the Djinn. Well, I can see how the vote's going right now. Looks like we have 3 votes. So yeah, you two voted for Secret of the Djinn, and it looks like Ray voted for The Ring, the Sword, and the Unicorn. And Ray's gonna be like, it wasn't me. You picked the first one because it was the first. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Yeah, you did pick it. All right. So we got 3 people in the chat, so we're going to start reading, and we're gonna enjoy this. Let's see. We'll read the back here first. You know what we should do before we jump into this? I should read to you what these are about, but you guys have already voted, so I don't see how that really matters. Let's just get into Captain Planet today. You are honored to be chosen because of your computer wizardry to accompany the famous Unit 5 crew on their first mission to the remote planet of New Pale. But the mission may become more than you bargained for when you learn the evil Sathar and the force behind problems on the troubled planet. Hey, Bobby. You voted for the Djinn or whatever? It's good to see you, Bobby. Nice to have you pop in here. We're going to read today. Get this in here good and proper for you, Bobby. Say hello, just right. Like we should for a good blue chick. You are about to enter the exciting world experienced by players of the popular Star Frontiers game. Not so popular anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's just a classic game that you can pick up. I've never even seen it to where I can buy it. But we're going to enjoy it through this and Villains of Alternus, which we already read. Strange creatures inhabit the outer frontiers of space. Utilizing complex machines and weaponry, are you brave enough to meet its challenges? All right, endless quest book. So everybody's saying hello. It's good to see everybody. Okay. So we can skip that initial page because that's kind of what it's just rehashing what's on the back. So this cover is by Clyde Caldwell. Same guy did the Ravenloft covers and a lot of cool D&D stuff. And the interior art is by Sam Granger. And our author for Captain Planet is Morris Simon. I don't know who that is, but we should have some fun. But there's the cover one more time. And then we have a page right here. Page of artwork. And I like to show off all the artwork. So we're going to have some fun reading today. You can still buy the print-on-demand books from Director RPG for the main game and for Nighthawks, at least last time you looked. Okay, cool. Yeah, I might check that out because I always have wanted to check out Star Frontiers. I'm currently with the Tiger, my wife, writing our own Lenharo-ized version of a sci-fi game called Galaxy Frontiers. Ironically enough, I like the old style of Star Frontiers, at least the name. I don't know what Nighthawks is either, Rick. All right, here we go, guys. You are about to set off on an adventure in which you will meet many dangers and face many decisions. Your choices will determine how the story turns out. So be careful. You must choose wisely. Now, when I want to emphasize that, it's because they're emphasizing that in the text, as you can see. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Oh no. Instead, as you are faced with a decision, follow the instructions and keep turning to the pages where your choices lead. Where your choices lead you until you come to an end. At any point, your choice could bring success or disaster. You will not be wise. Nighthawks was the Star Frontiers rule for spaceship combat. Cool. I choose to throw the sword. Well, we'll see what happens, Bobby. You can read Captive Planet many times with many different results. So if you make an unwise choice, go back to the beginning and start again. Good luck on your adventure. Now, I don't know what happened to my Mulligan page, but I'm just going to use whatever's up here on my desk today. I'll see if I can find my bookmark next time. My bookmarks have a tendency to disappear around here, so I'm going to use this. This is for my build page stuff, but it'll work. Anyway, good luck on your adventure. In this story, you are Andrew, but spelled A-N-D-R-U. It's kind of cool. A talented young computer student. You have recently been sent to your scientist parents from your native planet, New Pale, to study at the highly respected Computer Institute on Gran Quivera. As the story begins, you are grappling with a particularly challenging problem in robotics. All right, here we go. Your fingers tremble as you snip the last thin wire in the robot's brain. You have only 32 seconds to attach the last magnetic bypass clip to the hand computer so that you can control the heavy machine. The room about you is deathly quiet, and you know that they are watching you, but you must not let their tense stares make you nervous. You've got a full scholarship, that's right. Hope there's a Dralosite character somewhere in this story. I'm at least part Dralosite in spirit. I think there was in Villains of Alternatives, Matt. Okay. You grab the needle nose pliers and reach inside the clip to clip the last circuit. Then you notice the bypass wire isn't long enough. 14 seconds! Your wrist timer flashes. You get another bypass wire from your kit and coolly clip it to the first one. Then connect the robot to your computer. You have no time left to check the circuit. You press the start button and freeze, expecting to hear the alarm. A string of flashing zeros on your wrist timer tells you that your time is gone. Suddenly the robot's photocell eyes flash to life. I am not programmed to report a successful bypass, it says in a flat, metallic voice. For a moment, the room is silent. Then everyone begins to cheer. You did it, Drew! Way to go, boy! You can work on my robots anytime! Clayton? You can work on my robots anytime, Clayton. Okay. Oh, maybe that's your last name, Andrew Clayton. Maybe. We'll see. Stupid ads. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Bobby. That's enough, interrupts the silver-haired woman standing beside you at the front of the classroom. I have something to say before the period ends. Turn it off, Drew, and return to your seat. You nod and push the power switch. The robot janitor's photocells blink off, and you return to your desk. That was a flat metallic voice. Thanks, I tried. Computer specialist Clayton has just passed his first examination in robotics, the teacher announces, but only in a very risky way. What was your mistake, Drew? I didn't test the circuits, you answer quickly. I just didn't have time. That's true, Drew. That was merely a vacuum cleaner. If it had been something more dangerous, you might have blown up the entire Computer Institute, and most of Port Lauren along with it. But it was a fine job, she adds, her voice softening, especially for someone so young. Keep up the good work, and you'll be the first 15-year-old at the Institute with both computer and robotic skills. Class dismissed. Dralosites are sort of amoebas that can create appendages out of their bodies, and they have notoriously weird senses of humor. It wasn't much. You can go back. Yeah. We haven't got very far, Bobby. He's still in class. He basically turned a robot on, and now he's getting praise from his teacher. Your teacher's praise makes you feel good about the long hours of study you spent at Corporation's Computer Institute on Gran Quivera, the capital planet of the United Planetary Federation. Your parents are scientists working for the Pan-Galactic Corporation, the largest private company in the Federation, with colonies nearly everywhere in the explored sectors of the frontier. Ever since your elderly childhood in the agricultural colony of New Pale, at the outer fringe of the frontier, you've been playing with computers and robots. The corporation invited you to the Institute for Advanced Training when you were only 12. And already you are studying level 3 computers. Down with the Federation. Here we go. As you gather the tools of your portable toolkit, called a RobCom kit. There we go. We'll get this right. Several friends ask you to go with them to the game room. Maybe later you reply, I'm scheduled for another call to my parents on New Pale in 10 minutes. Only a month ago, you left your home planet in the terrain star system to return to school. Since then, each call you have placed to your parents has been interrupted by a strange noise. You're starting to worry a little about your parents, isolated on the sparsely populated world more than 8 light years away. Let's see. How old are we now? He's 15. Yeah, there you go, Ray. Ray's got it. See, Jess, its full name is Corporate Computer Institute. The CCI, yeah. The game room, yeah. We're not going there. At least not yet. Okay. You make your way to the corporation's communications center, located on the top floor of the same building as the Institute. Inside, several other corporation employees and students are using the high-speed communicators, which are capable of sending and receiving messages across the entire frontier. You find an empty booth and punch the code for your parents' laboratory on New Pale. The video screen begins to blink. Finally, it begins to glow, and the speakers hum smoothly. You know that it's almost noon at the research station on New Pale. Soon the call buzzer will interrupt your parents' lunch, and you'll see their faces on the screen. The steady hum suddenly stops, and it's replaced by a loud hissing sound. The orange glow turns to a snowstorm of white dots, so bright that you squint. It's the same kind of interference you have seen each time before. Push a button for assistance, and almost immediately a communications cybot sticks its plasteel head into your booth. That makes it work. What is the problem? Asks the machine in its best program to help voice. Quickly, you tell it about the static. Perhaps this communicator is defective, sir, says the cybot in its peculiar flat tone. It pushes a special maintenance code, and a series of numbers flash on the screen. You know that the two machines are talking to each other, but their language is too advanced for you to understand. This is highly unusual, says the puzzled cybot. The circuit is perfect all the way to the Truane star sector. It is broken only at New Pale. I fear this problem is beyond my level, sir. Perhaps you should wait a week to see if the static will clear, or you could report it to Starlaw. It may be a security problem. Hoping that nothing has happened to your parents, you leave the communications center and try to decide what to do. All right, we got 3 choices already. You know you broke it, Andrew. If you decide to report the problem to Starlaw, turn to page 13. If you would rather seek advice before you decide, turn to page 22. Or if you choose to wait another week, as the cybot suggested, turn to page 39. So, report, advice, or wait. Those are your 3 choices. Put the mulligan page there. This will go down on your permanent record, probably. That was such a bunch of crap, such a scam. Advice? Got 1 vote for advice? Seek advice, that's 2. Well, we got 3 people talking in the chat. You can chime in too, Bobby, Jess. Guys are all up on this. Report, get advice, or wait a week. Plus gripe about how uppity robots rudely speak in their own language when they know we don't understand, right? What's your choice, Jess? Call authority? She wants to call it law. 1 vote for call, 2 for advice. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Sold to seeking advice. Okay. This will also be in my report. All right, so we're turning to page 22. We're leaving it here on our mulligan page here and going to page 22. So if we screw up, we can come back. We're taking a mulligan. You may not have to, but this one looks like we're going to be turning to another page here pretty quick. You're going to half listen. That's okay, Bobby. We're just happy you're here. Won't let me say something. Report. We know who the snitch is now. You're much too concerned about your parents to wait another week. You also know that the Pan-Galactic Corporation likes to handle its own business without involving the Federation's Star Law police. And New Pale is a private corporation colony. By the time the elevator reaches the floor of the Computer Institute, you've decided to ask the dean's advice. As a corporation officer, he may be able to help you. Dean Luxtar's secretary tells you that he's out of the office. You leave your name and a video message describing your problems with the calls, and the secretary assures you that the dean will see it as soon as he returns. Wow, we could have an entire planet. Something's gone wrong, and we'll take a message. Hey, we got Cool Gamer in the house. What's up, Cool Gamer? Good to have you with us, buddy. More the merrier. A full house right now. All right. When you get to your room, you try to study, but your thoughts are too troubled. After several hours, you fall into an exhausted sleep in your dreams. You try to warn your parents of some unknown danger, but they don't seem to hear you. You hear a strange voice calling your name louder and louder. Andrew, Andrew, Andrew. Till you wake up with a start. You sit up suddenly and find yourself staring into the blank face of a large cybot leaning over your bed. Hang on, I'm going to switch accounts. Okay, well, I'll wait about 30 seconds. Okay, so page 16 is where we're turning to. And we'll kind of wait for Jess. Housekeeping. Ray. All right. Give me just another few seconds here, but then we're going to start. There's some pretty cool sci-fi music for the background for this one, so we should have some fun today. All right, Jess, hopefully you popped in. Are you computer specialist Andrew Clayton? The security cybot has bypassed your thumb seal door, which means that it's level 4 or higher. You stare at the glassy photo eyes, knowing that someone important must be watching your reaction. I am legend. Still won't let me. Oh, what a drag. Music is appropriate. Thanks, Ray. Okay. Yes, I'm Drew Clayton, you say sleepily. Please follow me to the dean's office immediately. Comspec Drew, says the cybot. I have been programmed to tell you that the matter concerns your parents on New Pale. Anyone else in misery? We got a wild tiger now. What's up, tiger? Couldn't sleep, I guess. What a bummer. It's hot, so I get it. Well, why didn't you say so, you say? You follow the cybot through the silent metal corridor to Dean Luxtar's office in the administrative wing. Yeah. The shiny blue door panel slides open with a soft whoosh, revealing a room with a large Sinwood desk. Luxtar's dull green shell gleams in the lighted room as he focuses his dark, brusque eyes on you. The shiny blue door panel slides... Okay. Here we go. Come in, Drew, and shut the door. He clicks. The dean's 8 legs are hidden behind the heavy desk, but the fierce mandibles and waving antennae still remind you of a giant grasshopper. Have a seat, Drew, and listen to this recording from the last Starlaw shuttle that tried to land on New Pale. The Rusk buzzes, pressing a button on his desk. The sound of crackling static fills the office. Then the voice of some unknown Star Ranger breaks through the noise. We can see the mannequin fields, says the voice. They seem quiet. Too quiet. Lieutenant, yells the second voice. The controls are locked. I can't seem to. Oh! Screams the first voice. Watch out for it! A high-pitched hum suddenly replaces the voices, then stops, leaving only the steady crackling sound. It is the same static you've heard when you tried to call your parents. Dean Luckstar flicks off the speakers. New Pale has been quiet for more than a month. True, he says in his strange Ruskin clicking speech. We don't know what's happened on the other planet. No one has been able to even communicate with New Pale, let alone land there. A month? But that's when I left, you cry. Yes, Drew, I know, Luckstar buzzes softly. I know, it now appears that you were very likely the last person to leave the planet. As for your parents or anyone else on New Pale, we simply don't know what's happened to them. But the corporation merchants visit New Pale every 3 days for a load of mannequin. The whole frontier depends upon that crop. That's exactly right, Drew, says a deep voice from behind you. Oh, okay, let's do this again. That's exactly right, Drew, says a deep voice from behind you. Whirling around, you see a tall, muscular human standing next to you, another brusque. The man is clad in a light blue skiing suit and is smiling beneath a dark mustache. His companion is studying you carefully with its antennae. His mustache there. Woo! Mustachioed dude. What the fuck is that in his accent? I don't know, dude. We're gonna have some fun. We can distinguish between 37 types of static. There you go. I'm Brian Darkstar, says the handsome man, and this overgrown locust is my chief scientist, Skitsy Dzig. We need to talk to you, Drew. The Brim Darkstar, you exclaim. You've read so much about the legendary adventurer that you hardly believe he really exists. Well, Drew, I've never met anyone else named after a black hole, he jokes. So I guess I'm the one you mean. You've read that a ranger named him Darkstar after his unknown parents and their entire colony were swallowed in a black hole. Brim was found adrift in space as a baby in a tiny escape capsule, the sole survivor of the worst starship disaster in frontier history. Skitsy shits, there you go. Didn't know the Russ could grow mustaches. No, there's the other guy that has the mustache, the ranger. Or the captain, Darkstar, whatever his name is. Why do you need to talk to me, Mr. Darkstar? You stammer, amazed to be face to face with the greatest of your childhood heroes. Black hole, that's rough. Yeah, Ranger Darkstar. Yes, there you go. Call me Brim, he says with a friendly smile. We need your help because you were the last person to leave New Pale. We must learn all we can about your home colony before we leave the Truane sector. Did you say we? Do you mean Unit 5? You ask excitedly. The famous team of adventurers and agents for the corporation are also legends. Brim Darkstar's Unit 5 has explored more sector, deep space, for colonization than any other technical research team in the frontier. You've read thrilling tales of their battles against terrible monsters, the fire dragons of Yast, the giant slithers created with the strange worm people called Sathar. Makes more sense. I thought maybe he was wearing a falsie to fit in with the humans. Oh, that's funny. Like a Portal sequel. There you go. A disguise. Yes, Drew, replies Brim. Unit 5's going to New Pale, and in a matter of hours. We know from what you've told Dean Luckstar and from our own sources inside the Federation, the Starlaw is launching a fleet of starships to battle the unknown forces that are controlling your colony. We must get there first and solve that problem, or the invasion could destroy the mannequin field. That's how it's spelled, M-A-N-N-A-K-N, mannequin. The corporation places the greatest value upon the mannequin fields of New Pale. The corporation places the greatest value on the mannequin fields of New Pale. Clicks Skitsy Dzig, his antenna quivering and animatedly. The entire Federation depends upon the mannequin from your planet. I had recurring nightmares that a sinkhole would open under our house. Ooh, you and Tiger both. It's not our house, but Tiger used to dream of sinkholes. Let's see. All of our maps are too old, says Brim Darkstar. The merchant ships get only as far as the Truane City starport, and their crews can't tell us anything about the rest of the planet. As far as we know, you're the only person outside of New Pale who can give us enough current data to plan our mission. Drew, I want you to tell these gentlemen everything you can remember about the colony just before you left, buzzes Dean Luckstar. We may require more than that, adds Brim seriously. We need a guide along, in case we can't land at the starport. I've read your file, Drew. It says that you worked with your parents in the mannequin fields. Yes, clicked Skitsy Dizig. And Dean Luckstar tells me that you've already mastered level 3 programs, even though you're only 15 years old. Drew came to us from New Pale when he was 12, says Luckstar. His parents are pioneer technicians in the colony. They've been teaching Drew computer skills ever since his childhood. Plus hunting skills, you add. My dad and I have hunted with laser rifles in every forest on New Pale. And it's spelled different. It's not that. It's M-A-N-N-A-K-N, but it's still mannequin. Excellent, exclaims Bryn. Skitsy, it seems that we have a new recruit for Unit 5, and he can shoot as well as run computers. Now, if Dean Luckstar will only let us borrow his star student for a few weeks. I have no objections, says Luckstar. Drew is far ahead on his homework, but you really need to ask him. He may prefer to wait to see if his parents can get a message through. You pause. All eyes turn to you, and you know that they are waiting for your decision. All right, we got a new mulligan page here. If you want to join Unit 5 on its mission to New Pale, turn to page 57. But if you want to remain at school until you receive further information, turn to page 26. Are we going on the mission or are we going to wait? You guys, pew pew. I think we should initiate the drink when you hear the word star. Join! There you go. One for join. Go to the place. New Pale. Yeah. It's actually new as an NEW and then Pale. It's like, what? That would be a better name, Jess. But whatever. And request Cybot as backup. two for going. We're going to save everyone, not finish our training with Yoda. There you go. All right, there it is. That's 3. All right, I'll wait and see if anybody else votes. That looks like nipple. Sorry, yeah, but it's New Pale. I get it. Nipple. So, do you have a vote, Tiger? Shall I stay? Oh, shall I go? No, it doesn't. Dirty-minded tiger. You tell her, Jess. Looks like we're joining the Unit 5. What does nipple look like? Please show. Even if I voted the other way, we'd still be going, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would. So we're turning to page 57. We're joining Unit 5 on an adventure. When do we leave, you ask excitedly. Right away, exclaims Brim. In less than 10 minutes, you're speeding through the dark, silent streets of Gran Quivera's capital city in an official corporation skimmer. At the Port Lauren Starport, the guard waves you right through the gate to the docking area. At the Port Lauren Starport. Say that 10 times fast. An adventure beyond the areolas of New Pale. Nibble looks like a small dark circle incident, bigger lighter circle. Oh, you guys, this is why we have a mature content warning at the beginning. Unit 5 Scouter is smaller than the merchant ship. Is smaller than the merchant ship you have traveled on between New Pale and Gran Quivera. It's equipped with the new anti-gravity takeoff device and looks almost too small to be a starship. As the skimmer whisks to a stop by the ramp, you see a fierce-looking armed Yazirian. A Yazirian warrior guarding the Scouter. His slender, hairy arms protrude from a blue skiing vest. In his belt, you see a sonic sword on one side and a polished laser pistol on the other. 2 battle belts cross his chest, laden with grenades and other small weapons. The guard's bright black eyes glare at you like those of a wild animal. I don't know. We're not going for incidents. Relax, Errol, Brim calls as you get out of the skimmer. This is Andrew Clayton, our guide to New Pale, and he knows how to use a laser rifle, adds Brim, seeing the sneer beginning to curl the Yazirian's dark muzzle. The ape-man steps closer and studies you carefully. You're tall for your age, and your skin is a healthy golden brown, tanned by grow lights and New Pale's small sun, Truane's star. The New Pale slip incident, of course. Yes, of course. Of course. What else would we call it? The New Pale slip incident. Yes, there we go. This impolite gorilla is Cho F. Earl. One of the best fighters on the frontier, says Brim. He's suspicious of strangers, but I think he likes you. At least he's big enough to wear armor, Errol growls, turning to the Scouter with a swirl of his scarlet cloak. You and Brim follow his hairy legs up the ramp into the ship. The hatch opens onto the bridge where a slender, dark-haired human woman, also dressed in a skiing suit, is sitting in front of a viewer. Ah, you're back, she exclaims when she notices Brim. We need to leave within 20 minutes or we'll have to wait another day. You know that she was talking about the star drive. Since you will be traveling faster than light, everything must be timed perfectly. Drew, meet Jan Phil Lilly, the only daughter of Orbit Lilly, the famous explorer and galaxy mapper, says Brim. She's our chief environmentalist and demolitions expert. Seems like a very, very limiting flaw, the star drive thing they've got going on. We'd have to wait. I don't know. Hey, Grim Squirrel's in the house. What's up, Grim Squirrel? We're reading today. It's nice to see you. Not sure if I can spell properly today. Yay. Good to see you, Grim Squirrel. All right. Call me Jan, and you must be Andrew Clayton, she says. I've read your file. We're all glad you decided to come with us. We can really use your help. Her fine black hair has the same bluish streaks that run through yours. A result of drinking water in deep space. Interesting. Her flashing smile and warm compliment make you blush. Call me Drew, you say with a shy smile. Where's Bizkit? Clicks Skitsy, interrupting your introduction to the beautiful environmental experts. It's good to be here with all you lovely people. Well, we appreciate you dropping in and hanging with us for a while. With Seal in the cargo hold, says Jan. We just received Drew's gear from the Computer Institute. Seal's logging in aboard. The Vrusk disappears through a hatch, moving very quickly on his 8 legs. Bizkit is Skitsy's Cybot assistant, Jan explains. Skitsy made it for us to use as a portable computer. It looks like Skitsy used a mirror to design it, Brim says, laughing. We call this Cybot twin Kit for short. Bizkit, yeah, there you go. Did it all for the nookie. There you go, nookie. Okay. I have not. I'm not. Are you Master Drew? Calls a brusque voice from the hatch. You see another of the 8-legged creatures. But this one is made partly of plasteel. kill it. Nevertheless, you can see that it does look very much like Skitsy. Yes, I'm Drew, you replied. You must be Kit. That is the shortened name given to me in jest, Master Drew, answers the Cybot. My proper label is Biscuit. Biscuit, you get it? Earl says, Biscuit, you get it? Earl says with a grin. Your gear has arrived, Master Drew, Kit tells you, ignoring the Yazirian's comment. Please come with me to check it. You follow the Cybot into the cargo hold. Skitsy is watching a strange assistant unzip your knapsack. It is a Drowsite, a formless blob whose rubbery skin can change at will. There you go, Matt. Skitsy sees you and calls, Help, Seal, check your equipment, Drew, while I go to the bridge and try to get us off the planet, he buzzes, leaving the hold with you in the hold with Kit. The Drowsite's dull gray skin is unclothed, except for a wide belt holding various tools and a sonic stunner pistol. A network of purple veins and nerves meet at 2 eye spots on the lump that seems to be his head. Just now he has 3 arms and 2 legs, but you know that might change at any minute. Yay, Drowsite in the house! There's a picture we got. Looks like we're about ready to go into hyperspace or whatever they're going to call it in this system. Hello, Seal, you say. I'm Drew. The Drowsite's head lump extends on a stalk of gray flesh as a hissing sound comes from its voice box. Seal tries to find the right pitch, finally matching your own. Nice to meet you, Drew, he says. I'm weighing each of your personal items for the computer. Just a few excess grams would be enough to mess up our star drive. You're amazed at the delicate manner in which Seal's fingers sort through the tiny computer tools of your Robcom kit. When will we be taking off, you ask? Oh, we've left already, says Seal. We're probably about to shift into star drive. But I didn't feel anything, you exclaim, running to the bridge to watch. 5 seconds to star drive, Brim is saying. 3, 2, 1, now! Yeah, that's what we were seeing. The bright dots of stars and galaxies in the viewer suddenly blur into curved lines in front of the ship. Surprised at the anti-grav device, Drew asked Jan, seeing your look of amazement. You're more used to the heavy merchant starships. It really makes a difference to land and take off without a shuttle, says Brim. We can go anywhere in the galaxy with this scouter. Grams of wood, yeah. Wow, just like boarding a flight nowadays. Yep, this is true. And you don't want to know, Jess. The distance from Port Lorne to New Pale is 8 light years. A little more than a week of travel time using the star drive. You use the time to give Jan and Skitsy as much current data about New Pale as you can remember. On the afternoon of the 8th day, Brim calls you onto the bridge. In the viewer, the long streaks you see earlier have been replaced by the familiar stars of the terrain system. New Pale looms like a green ball straight ahead. Drew, I need you to find the best way to land, says Brim. If you're sure about the data you've given us, I'll let the computer land us. If not, we'll land on manual, let you guide us to a safe spot. Of course, we could always go to the capital planet of Pale and try to find someone with more information. And that takes us to a new choice, gang. If you want to let the team trust your data and use the ship's computer to land, turn to page 95. If you'd rather try to guide the ship to a manual landing, turn to page 145. Or if you'd rather seek advice from someone on Pale before you decide, turn to page 69. So, do we want to trust your data, land on manual, or go get advice? They've cut out a lot of meal service now. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We're nothing more than cargo to them. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, Tiger likes 69, of course. She wants to go get some advice, I guess. Do we know what we are doing? That is the question, doesn't it? Isn't it, Jess? Be bold. Land on manual. There we go. One vote for manual. Kind of one for asking advice, but I'm not sure if that's a natural voter. Hey, Coco B, what's up, buddy? 69. I nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more. It's good to see you, Coco B. Let's see here. All right. Does she go? I feel like this will be a smart mulligan page. Yep, I got one. Got it set up. So trust your own data, land on manual, or go get some advice. We already got one person for land on manual. Up two. Jess says manual for sure. So that's 2 for manual. Everybody saying hello. Yes, take the controls. Point them at the heart of the sun. Manual. You already voted, Jess. Ray, I'll take that as manual control. That's 4 for manual. We got Grim Squirrel voting. Is manual a good driver? That's a good question, isn't it? I believe that Brim would be driving. Let Pink Floyd pilot us to the sun. I'm guessing we're landing this puppy on manual. We got a minimum of 4 votes for it already. We brought manual just for this contingency. There we go. That's 5. All right, let's do this. We're landing on manual here. 145. Let's see if this will be our first ending. All right, it's going to be turned to page 124 as soon as we're done reading this page. I'm just not sure about my data to let the computer. I'm sure enough about my data to let the computer use it for our automatic landing. We decide something strange is happening on New Pal, and it might interfere with our landing program. I disagree, buzzes Skitsy from his computer console. I wrote this program myself, and beyond a doubt, it's the safest way to land. Don't pay any attention to that brainy bug, Brims, says Earl. Glancing fiercely at the Vrelsk, he'd rather use a machine for everything. I am responsible for the corporation for the safety of the ship and its crew, choked Earl. Skitsy clicks, chopping the air with its mandibles. Our mission is always more important than your primitive urge for excitement. Stop it, both of you, Brim commands. We'll do what Drew suggests and land the ship manually. I advise total radio silence. And that includes any communication with the landing office at Truane City, says Jan. And that I advise radio silence, says Jan. Okay, so I'm just double checking. No, none of our previous choices were 124. That would have sucked. Let's see. Now we're landing on the poor dude. Okay? No, not Pink Floyd. Deep Purple. There you go. Why is he arguing with us? Because he's a dickbot. There you go. Oh, shit. Dickbot. Okay. And there we go. Just because. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Right, says Brim. There's no need to tell everyone down there we're landing. Can you block their radar, you ask? Good thinking, Drew, says Brim approvingly. You're turning out to be quite a spaceman. Jan switches on the force field to confuse the radar unit at the starport. As the scouter enters the highest clouds of New Pal's atmosphere, you feel the anti-grav device slow the ship. You glance towards Brim and Jan, and it's obvious to you that the two adventurers are enjoying this rare opportunity to land a spacecraft without a computer. Without a computer. It wasn't me? Really? Oh, God, I didn't say anything. No, it was Tiger. The pleasure palaces in New Pale and their omnipresent dick box. There you go. Oh. Look, Drew, Jan calls. In the viewer, you see the familiar high plains with their thick green forests and crystal lakes. The blue mannequin fields surround the plateaus like a great ocean dotted with green islands. Now it's time for our resident expert on New Pale to suggest a landing site, Brim says seriously. Shall we put down in one of those forests or in a mannequin field, Drew? Or in Turain City, perhaps, adds Jan. All right, so land in the forest, land in the field, or land in the city? New mulligan page. Land in the forest, the field, or the city? There we go. I love a lively crew. We're having some fun today. Can someone send a freak ice storm to Utah? Yeah, I don't. Got one vote for the forest. The forest. Matt from Dirty Hobbies and Histories, you writing a book? Yeah, you mind? He's an archaeologist, so the field as long as it's near the house. Field sounds like the most open spot. So 2 for the field, 1 for the forest. I forgot the choices. Field, forest, city. Forest, field, city. There we go. A forest-filled city. That's how we remember. Forest, damn you. That's 2. That's only 1, Jess. Your vote doesn't count twice. That's 3 for the field. Matt says, he is now. Okay, there we go. 4 for the field. Coco B. I almost missed that. Sorry, buddy. Okay. All right. Well, I think with 4, that's a good sign that we got the votes we need. Because we had 1 for the forest. There's a 5 for the field. There we go. All right. So we're going to the field. 84. Sorry, Jess. You were way outvoted this time. Let's see. Send it to the field. Bestseller for sure. All right. Now, let me make sure I'm on the right page. 84. Okay. I think something's wrong in the mannequin fields, you tell Darkstar. We should see lots of farm robots, agbots, we call them. And I don't see a single one. I think we should land in a field and find out what's going on. Tell us more, Drew, Jan suggests. Yes, but we need to know what to expect down there. What is mannequin anyway? Asked Kid. I am not programmed with that data. Mannequin is related to an old earth crop called cassava, you explained. It's a totally efficient plant. The leaves are packed with protein and its roots are pure starch. And what's left is our best source for making alcohol fuel, adds Jan. The Cybot records the data quickly. It is now clear to me why the Federation and the Corporation are so disturbed about the new pale mannequin. We must do whatever is necessary to restore the vital plant to the Federation. Fields are on strike in solidarity with Dickbots. You guys, I don't know about this. Yeah, Jazz, I'm not so sure either. Boys, little butts. Is it weird that I have no idea what's going on? No. Okay. You finally got it. You finally got it, Bug Brain, says Earl. How are the fields work? Jan asked. My parents operate a research station called Alpha. You began. They control the giant agbots that tend the fields. Since we grow the mannequin night and day with special grow lights and chemicals, the agbots are always kept busy, but I haven't noticed a single one in those fields. You mean that Station Alpha controls mannequin operations for the whole planet? Errol exclaims. That must take a level 5 computer. Level 6, you say, but Alpha is only a relay station. The main computer is in Turain City. We use it for everything else, too. The starport, communications, security. Brim decides that it would be best to land near Station Alpha. You show Jan where it is on her computer map, and the scouter is soon flying over your father's first laboratory. Let's bring it down to the field, away from the station, says Brim. We don't know what's happened. We might need to keep a low profile until we do. Wow, level 6. Now there's cotton in my brain. Oh no. You watch the viewer as Brim and Jan bring the ship to a soft landing several kilometers from Station Alpha. In a few minutes, you're standing in your new skiing suit with an electro stunner pistol at your side among the familiar long rows of mannequins. Jan and Seal busy themselves taking readings with their enviro kits, while Errol and Brim scan for movements in all directions with a seismograph. The two environmentalists finish their soil analysis and feed their data to Kit. Within seconds, the Cybot reports. The chemicals balance of mannequin is unusual. It is low in zinc and nitrogen. That means the fields haven't been fertilized, you exclaim. And those weeds are almost 6 inches high. The fields haven't been worked in more than 2 weeks. Wow. With electro dick bit attachment, blonde mannequins, you guys. We say that based on our authority as the finest mind from Corporate Computer Institute. There you go. The soil contains some microscopic life forms, continues Kit, but I cannot classify them from my memory data. Those are probably mannatodes, you suggest. They're a type of rock-eating bacteria my mother discovered. That's just one more sign that this field hasn't been sprayed or worked for some time. We're lucky to have you along, Drew, says Jan. Kit couldn't have told us that. Something big is headed this way, Earl shouts suddenly, and it's moving fast. Over the tops of the plants, you see a machine crashing towards you. It's a huge agbot on treads, with rows of sharp spikes on the front like a giant bulldozer with teeth. A harvester, you yell. It's out of control. Can we stop it? Brim asks quickly. You recall driving one of the agbots by using the manual controls. You also remember the time one of them destroyed 2 lab buildings and had to be destroyed with a laser rifle. Get ready, says Errol, his laser pistol raised. Here it comes. Now I got some crosstalk in the background, so hang on a second. I'm going to mute my mic here for a second, and you guys check out this picture, and then I will read the choices. All right, our choices are: if you want to try to stop the agbot by attempting to get it to its manual controls, turn to page 116. If you choose to try to stop it by shooting it, turn to page 146. But if you want to run for the scouter and try to get away, turn to page 10. So, get control of it manually, shoot it, or run for the scouter and try to get away. So escape is the third option. We're going to manual drive the agbot next. We're so hands-on. That's one for manual. Unless you change your vote, Matt. For a computer wizard, yeah. Let's rely on manual again. He's a good guy. Stop it manually. All right, use manual. All right, looks like we're doing manual. Control it. We're awesome. Yeah, there we go. Manual. There we go. Anybody else? Looks like we're unanimously. We're gonna work this field. This agbot. All right. Now we're doing him. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Got Mama Sins in the background here too. Okay, manual. We're doing things manually.
Does Matt want to know what about this?
I don't know. All right, wait, Errol. You can say quickly. Maybe I can reach the manual controls and stop it. The Azerian lowers his laser pistol while you run for the side of the huge machine. Its photo eyes don't seem to notice you as it continues straight toward the scouter. You see the metal ladder leading to the control cabin and grab the first rung as you climb into the cabin. You see the others running for the scouter. One look at the control panel is enough to see that the harvester is set on automatic. That means that the giant Agbot is locked into its computer control system. There's no way you can stop the heavy machine from crashing into the scouter. Suddenly you see Choth, Errol, and Darkstar step directly in the path of the rampaging robot. Errol aims his laser pistol at one tread while Darkstar points the gyrojet gun at the other. You see the blast from the two weapons at the same time. The Agbot shudders to a stop as the shots destroy the treads on both sides of the heavy robot. You can still hear the steady hum of the nuclear engine as it tries to turn the broken treads. You are trying to cut the engine off when a red warning light starts to flash on the instrument panel. The nuclear power plant is overheating. If it melts, the harvester will explode, destroying you, the scouter, Unit 5, and Station Alpha in a matter of seconds. Please turn to page 125. He needs a raise. I'm going to clip it. He's got a raise, all right. Oh, no. Eep! I like a bat. All right. Here we go. We got a picture, too. Oh, a bunch of craziness going on. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Ah. Turn to page 125. 125. Oh, it's an honorable way to go. Oh, we nuked Nepal. I'm back to school. I just nuked my home planet. No biggie. Let's go home. Let's go back to school. Fuck my home planet. You leap from the cabin to the ladder and slide to the ground, yelling wildly. Nuclear engineering this time. Yeah, there you go. The reactor's overheating. Take cover. If it's nuclear and blows up taking cover, that's not going to help. Jan races toward the crippled Agbot. She leaps smoothly into the cabin. And for a minute of breathless fear, everyone watches as the beautiful demolitionist works on the wires of the control panel. Finally, her bright smile appears at the window of the harvester. It stops, she calls, just as the tread wheels stop spinning. Everyone runs to the stalled machine. Everyone duck and cover. There you go. Duck and cover. Okay. Drew, I need your advice. Called Skitsy. The Russ scientist is examining the Agbot's computer. A steady beeping sound comes from the radio while the video screen flashes a strange pattern of lines. All you needed to do to survive a nuclear bomb is duck and cover in your school desk. Yeah, those were indestructible motherfuckers, I guess. Hopefully she is beautiful enough to stop it. Yeah, I guess she was. Okay. You know, I haven't read this before. I know I have not read this particular Endless Quest before. This is fun. New one for me. Yeah, I had it in my collection all these years. I thought I read it, but I have not. So this is cool. All right. The computer still seems to be working, even though the power is off, said Skitsy. What do you know about these machines? It's just a small level 2 computer, you answer. It can be powered from the Agbot's energy source or by remote control. Well, someone is trying to control it right now, said Skitsy excitedly. What do these flashing lines mean, Kit? The Vruscoid, Cybot, studies the video screen for several seconds. The operator is demanding to know why this robot has not destroyed itself and is telling it to do so immediately. You can't imagine how a message could have been contained in those strange lines. Can you identify the operator? Brim asked. Only if I am plugged into the console, Kit answers. Skitsy orders the Cybot twin to trace the mysterious operator of the Agbot. Immediately, Kit disconnects the receiver from the computer and plugs it into his own voice box. Anyone know why nuclear meltdown is even possible right now? Skitsy sounds a lot like Manuel. There you go. Yeah, well, what can I say? In real life or the book? Okay, Jess. Yes. Oh. All right. Okay, I got a picture after I read the rest of this. And then we got a new choice. Suddenly, the Cybot's photo eyes flash rapidly. Who are you? Demands a deep voice using Kit's voice box. Identify yourself. Kit seems to be in a trance as it responds to the strange voice. I am Series 10 Level 5 Ruscoid Cybot designated by Masters of Biscuit, answers Kit. Why are you interfering with my Agbot feed? All of your data to me immediately, Biscuit, intones the deep voice. Pull the plug, Brim orders suddenly. Don't let them know who we are. No, clicks Skitsy. Kit is programmed to hide its data. We'll find out who the voice is if we leave Kit connected. You are closer than anyone else to the Cybot and could disconnect Kit almost instantly from the radio panel. What should you do? All right, we got a picture. Yeah, there we go. Of course, we have 7 comments. They're the same villagers back home. Okay, I'm your master. Tell him that. Silky and Agnes. There we go. Oh shit, it's a Dalek. There. Stop yelling. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Jess. Exterminate. There we go. All right, we got some choices. You think you should follow Brim Darkstar's orders and unplug Kit from the radio panel? Turn to page 63. I think you should follow Skitsy's advice and risk letting Kit identify the operator. Turn to page 42. So follow Brim's orders or listen to Skitsy. That's our choices. And we got us a new mulligan. It was just loud. Oh, okay. Sorry, Jess. I'm getting into it. I'm having some fun. Hope you guys are too. That is the whole idea. Why don't we just shoot it? No, that's not one of the options, Tiger. Well, who froze? Oh, Tiger screen froze on her keypad. Fuck Marshall, Brave Star. Listen to Skitsy. There is a knob that if you turn it, it will affect the volume. Yes. Yeah, there is, Kokobi. Yes. Okay, so we got one for follow orders, and we got one for listen to Skitsy. That's not a knob; it's a nubble. Skitsy. So 2 for Skitsy, 1 for Brim. Any more votes? Okay. It's 2 for Brim. 3. See that's a 3rd one for Skitsy. Brim is the leader. Brim Darkstar. He's the one who said unplug it. So right now I think we're tied. Brim is a fish. Brim. Yes, Ray. But this guy's name is Brim, like the brim of your hat. All right, let's get these votes for sure. Follow orders, that would be Brim. And it's 1 for Brim. Skitsy. Then we got, that's Jess. Coco B is Skitsy. Grim would be Brim. I'm Grim's girl, and I'm guessing she guessed that. Grim is a nice name. I can't imagine why you think so. I think so too. I got a character called Grim Reaper, so there we go. Unplug the Dickbot. Oh my goodness. So that's unplugged. So that's follow Brim's orders. That's 3 for Brim. You thought Grim also? Yes. Let me see. Did I get that right? Are we? Oh, Skitsy. There's another Skitsy for Ray. So it's 3-3. So we need one more vote here. And I'm not sure. Oh, my skin is on fire. Kind of feels like it today. We're sitting pretty at 95 right now. It does feel like it. Okay. Wait, not the dick bot. What are we unplugging? Oh, my skin. It's a plug-in. Seems like a battery operated would be safer in most weather. Oh, thank you, Jess. We appreciate that. We do. Jess just gave us a super chat. Much appreciated, Justin. And you're closer to the sun than us. It feels like it. It does feel like it. I actually think you're at the equator, so you might. Well, no, summertime. I guess we are up on the northern hemisphere. That's all you deserve. I see how it is. $1.10. Thank you. That's all I deserve. I appreciate the extra 10 cents, Jess. Does include tax, probably. Okay. Looks like we got a tie. Let me go back here. Pretty sure that the first vote was Matt, but follow order. So that's Brim. Ray's Skitsy. Jess is Skitsy. Coco B is Skitsy. Grim Squirrel, I think, voted for Brim. And I can't really. I'm guessing we're trusting the insectoid and leaving it plugged in. Tiger says the 10 cents or whatever. Yeah, we're higher up in elevation. I get it. All right. I guess we're gonna leave it plugged in. We're not gonna unplug it. Okay. We're gonna try follow Skitsy's advice and risk letting Kit identify the operator. Turning to page 42. Rue is so naughty. Yes, well, we've known that for a long time. The look on Kit's plasteel face has you worried, but you feel sure that the Cybot will be able to protect its memory circuits. You decide to wait and let Kit try to learn more about the voice. Ask the voice to identify itself, Skitsy commands the Cybot. Its photo eyes sweep the cabin, focusing upon each of you briefly. The one's called Unit 5. The mysterious voice boomed suddenly, and the human boy called Andrew Clayton. He knows us too? How the fuck does that happen? Okay, well, this isn't working out for us, guys. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to keep going. Some unknown force is controlling Kit, using its photo eyes to study all of you. You reach for the plug to disconnect the Cybot from the Agbot computer, but a shower of sparks stops you. Yeah. It's too late for that, booms the voice again. I have control of Biscuit. The Cybot will use its attack program if you interfere again. Get out of my way, Drew, growls Choth Earl, drawing his sonic sword. I'll switch that bug off. You're a high-pitched whining sound as the brave Yazarian swings the sword at the cable connecting Kit to the computer. Just then, a thin laser beam darts from Kit's chest, hitting the warrior's arm. The sonic sword flies to the floor with a clatter as the Yazarian howls with pain. Still hurries to apply some Biocort ointment from his medkit to the laser wound. Shoot it! Man, you'll save us. Okay, there we go. I'll have to use my spray ball on a sun simulator, please. Yeah, there you go. Thought we had guns or something. Yeah, we do have a pistol. Okay. Oh, guys, here we go. I warned you, says the voice. I can now use Biscuit to control your ship's computer by its link with the Cybot. Watch your scouter. Through the window of the Agbot, you see the scouter slowly begin to lift from the ground. Whatever force is controlling Kit has taken over the anti-grav. Let's get out of here before we get blasted with our own laser cannons, yells Brim. But it's too late. The scouter hovers above the crippled Agbot and aims the powerful cannons at it. You know that the Harvester nuclear reactor will explode any second now. And when it does, it will destroy everything within 20 kilometers, including Station Alpha, Unit 5, and you. The end. Well, unplug it now. It's a little late. Yeah, we'll go back and we'll take the other choice and we'll unplug it. But he's a secret dick bot. Yeah, we kind of died. Oh no! That's half the fun, Grim. We don't know what kind of endings we'll get. Grim Squirrel. Okay, so we're gonna go and we're mulliganing now, and we're gonna go back, and that's it. We don't have another mulligan. Okay, so hopefully, pulling the plug and following the captain's orders will save us this time. And I'm gonna cheat and look ahead, and it does. We get to a new mulligan page. So, told you don't. Okay, so the robots can't be trusted. Oh yeah, that's what it seems like. See, we're not following orders. Get you nuked on nipple. There we go, guys. All right. The blank look on Kit's face is stranger than any you have ever seen on Cybot. It almost seems to be hypnotized by some powerful unknown force. Suddenly you know what you must do. You leap forward and yank the wires from the radio computer. Kit's 8 legs wobble helplessly for a moment, then the Cybot collapses to the cabin floor. What are you doing? That's my Cybot, Skitsy clicks. The brusque waves his antenna at you in rapid jerks. His mandibles chop the air, and the colors of his shell begin to glow in anger. Now we'll never know where the voice came from, Skitsy buzzes furiously. Settle down, Skitsy, orders Darkstar. Drew did the right thing. Whatever or whoever was talking sounded like too much for your Cybot to handle. I shudder to think what might have happened if Drew hadn't pulled that plug. Yeah, we already know, right, guys? Listen to Matt. I'm going to be the captain of our ship. Yeah, we fully got Logan to say nipple. Yeah, nipple quarter. Okay. Nipple would be a hot mess now. Yes, it would. Oh, babe. Died. Okay. Brim's right, Skitsy, says Jan. Kit was in grave danger. Maybe we all were. Until Drew broke that connection. Drew, hand me your Robcom, Kit. Skitsy clicks. You give the pouch to Rusk and watch as he opens Kit's smoking control panel with your electro driver. You watch closely as the scientist uses the tiny instruments with the most delicate skill you have ever seen. In minutes, Skitsy has repaired all of Kit's damaged circuits and replaced the panel. Now let's see if it works, he buzzes, handing you the Robcom kit. Did you need something? I don't know. I need more drink. That's what I need. And we'll continue reading in just a second. I'm at a shorty. Let me open your smoking control panel and with my driver. Yep. Oh. Well, we had a bad ending, but let's see if we can find a good one. But I definitely need some drink first. Whew. Yeah, when it's hot, sometimes the ice melts really fast. It foams up a lot in the heat. These carbonated drinks. That almost worked. My recycle bin is full. Well, it was fun though. Yeah. I've never had a book where we read that where we died in a nuclear explosion. So there we go. Need some cold drink. There you go, buddy. All right, here we go. Let's continue. The Cybot hums and rises to its many feet. The Rust scientist relaxes when he sees that Kit is unharmed. Ask it what happened when the voice was speaking, you suggest. Skitsy nods. My input circuits were overloaded, Kit says flatly. It was impossible for me to run my own programs. I could not identify the operator, but the source was much stronger than my link with the scouter system. Everyone stares at the Cybot, unable to accept what it is saying. Finally, you think you understand what it means. But you and the scouter form a level 5 system, you explain. That means you were being controlled by an even larger computer. 1,000 ways to die on the nipple to fix the radio connection. Yes. Okay. That is correct, Master Drew. I must admit that you did the right thing to disconnect me, says Kit. That means we must be up against a level 6 machine, you exclaim. And the only one I know on New Pale is the central computer at Truane City. It controls everything from security to farming. Skitsy's antennae twitch nervously. It would be impossible for even a level 6 computer to operate on its own, he buzzes. That's not exactly true, Skitsy, says Jan. Remember what happened last year on Hitron when their only warbot ran out of control? That machine was programming itself. Hold on, Jan, says Darkstar. That warbot had some help. See, gotta unplug all the networks like on Battlestar Galactica. Yep, they were communicating. Yep. Your super brains can argue about it all you want, growls the Azarian. But you better do it on the run. We got to get out of here before any more of those crazy tractors try to do us in. Whatever that was on the radio knows we're here. Joth Earl is right, says Seal softly. We mustn't stay here any longer than we have to. I suggest that we ask Drew to guide us to either Truane City or Station Alpha so that we can learn more about all of this. That's the first time you made any sense, Blob says. Oh, that's the first time you made any sense, Blob, says the Azarian. How about it, Drew? Friggin' Skynet. I was going to watch Bear's Super Brawl game, but he can't get roll D20 to work. Oh well, that kind of sucked. If you decide instead to go to Truane City, turn to page 137. If you decide to lead Unit 5 to Station Alpha, turn to page 109. So the city or the state power station? Plop. Okay, so we want to go to the power station or the city? The control station, I should say. One vote for city. Power station, that's 2. 2 votes. 2 for the city, 1 for the power station. I'm tired. Which is closer? Couldn't say. Power station, that's 2 and 2. 2 for city, 2 for power station. That's funny, Ray. I like that. Which is closer? Oh, let me see. According to the page numbers, the power station is closer. Okay. I'm going to roll a die. Okay, you do that. If that's how you want to decide. Ooh, it's hot today. Power station is then. That's 3 for the power station, 2 for the city. 2 for the city, 3 for the show. Okay. Which way does Manuel want to go? I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. I mean, you already voted for city, so. Well, all right, 3 and 2. Guess we're going to the power station. It is then, as Ray said. Make sure we pick up some power converters while we're there. Yeah, that's the general idea. Okay, page 109 for Power Station Alpha. Station Alpha. Okay. Manuel doesn't vote. He's just labor. There you go. The power converters are essential. I agree. Okay, if the main security system is out of control, we could never land at Truane City, you tell the others. It's programmed to stop even the heaviest starships. I think we should head for Station Alpha, try to get some more information. Grim Darkstar nods and smiles grimly. All right, Drew. We'll stay away from the Dark Starport. Do you know the way to Station Alpha on the ground? Sure, you reply. It's only a few kilometers to the west. Through the mannequin fields. Soon you're all on the ground again, waiting for Brim and Skitsy to set up a force field around the scouter. When everything is ready, Unit 5 heads for Station Alpha and Brim, with Brim and you in the lead. Hey, we got Christopher Works in the house. Tiger already saying hi and launching the fireballs. Good to see you, Christopher Works. We're reading Endless Quest book today, Captive Planet, a Star Frontiers game. And we died once already. We got blown up with a nuclear explosion. So yes, action aplenty. 2 needles pistols. There you go. All right. As you pass through the rows of mannequin, you see other signs of damage. Many of the plants have been cut off just above the ground level. It looks as if a giant pair of scissors has skipped off whole bunches of the blue stalks. What could have caused this? Asked Jan, concerned. Looking at the ground, you spot tracks. The tracks of a creature with 2 small front paws and 4 large hind legs. It must be a field bear, you exclaim. Jan looks surprised. But field bears are extinct except in zoos, the environmentalist exclaims. They haven't existed in their natural environment since the colonists developed a spray that kept them from breeding. That's fucked up. Maybe it was a good thing. I'm the Agbot, maybe. I don't want more fireballs. Field bears are a myth. There you go, Ray. Right you are, but my mother said they'd be back within a month if we stop spraying. It looks like they're eating the mannequin again now. The pretty scientist frowns. That means we really have to move fast. If you can't get the Agbots back in these fields soon, those field bears will devour every stalk of mannequin on this planet. Look over there, cries Earl. The Wazirian is pointing to the right, where several dozen large tan animals are moving towards you at surprising speed. Their heads bent to the ground. They look like a cross between a hog and a beaver, with massive bodies on 4 stubbly legs. The field bears are moving the rows of mannequin very quickly, or mowing the rows of mannequin very quickly, grabbing each stalk they come to with their small forepaws and biting it off at the ground. You see that they'll be crossing your row within seconds at the rate they're moving. Run for the station, you cry. Everyone looks surprised that you even seem afraid of the harmless plant eaters. They're blind, you explain. They feed entirely by smell, and we've got mannequin juice on our legs. They'll mow us down, too. Drew's right, yells Seal. These are too many to fight. We'll be eaten just like those plants. The Dralosite begins to stretch his 3 legs as far as possible, taking longer steps each time. Field bears are coming. That's drop bears that are a myth. There you go. We should have gone to the city. Mannequin juice. What the fuck? Behind him, you all race for the white buildings of Station Alpha. In the distance, you're almost at the station when 2 humans in camouflage skiing suits leap into your path, quickly setting up a large weapon on a tripod. It's a sonic devastator. At this range, the massive sound waves would tear you all to shreds in seconds. Get down, yells Brim, drawing his gyrojet pistol. Suddenly, the sound of laser fire is all around you. There are too many of them, Brim shouts. Hold your fire! You hold your stunner high in the air, following Brim's example. A large number of humans and Yazirians surround you from all sides and seize your weapons roughly. They're all dressed in the same camouflage armor and have weapons bearing the black and red emblem of the Pan-Galactic Corporation. Strange gun name, I agree. Gyro pistol, and that's how it's spelled, yes. Exactly, Jess, with a G. Gyro, yeah, that's how I would pronounce it. Just like a gyro or hero sandwich. Hero pistol, maybe? I don't think so. I think it's gyro. Like a gyroscope. Better field bears than ladybugs, I guess. Yeah, I agree, Ray. They seem very interested in Kit. A dozen of the fighters surround the Cybot as they expect Kit to attack at any second. Where did that Cybot bug come from? Demands a tall and thin man. It's mine, Skitsy buzzes, edging his huge body forward. I'm a chief scientist of the corporation, and that Cybot is my assistant. Before the tall man can reply, you jump in front of the Rusk. Where are my parents? You demand. The officer studies your face with interest. I'll ask the questions here, he says calmly. Who are you and who are your parents? My name is Andrew Clayton, you tell him. and I'm Ann and Mark Clayton's son. I grew up here in Station Alpha, and I demand to see my parents immediately. The boy's telling the truth, Brim says to the officer. I'm Brim Darkstar, commander of this team. We've been sent to New Pale by the corporation to find out why the mannequin shipments have ceased. The officer whispers something to one of the fighters and turns back to you. Follow me to the laboratory, he says. If you're really the chief's son, I know someone who you'll want to talk to. You start walking behind the tall human over your shoulder. You see that the others are being taken to one of the larger buildings. The officer leads you directly to the central building, which you recognize as your father's laboratory. Turn to page 97. Let's see. Shoots Greek sandwiches at you. There you go. Arrow. Rocket bullets. T-shirt gun is my favorite. Okay. I want a sandwich gun. Mannequin juice on our legs. Oh no. The chief's corpse. There you go. All right. Going to page 97. What we got going on here? Okay. We're going to be turning to another page after this. So not over yet. You follow the officer into the lab. Inside, you are shocked to see that your father's scientific equipment have been wrecked. Work tables have been overturned. Broken glasses and jars litter the floor. And not a single piece of intricate machinery remains unbroken. Stick the sandwich gun in your mouth, okay? An older man with reddish hair and beard, also wearing a camouflage skiing suit, is waiting by their window. You know that this is supposed to be someone you recognize, but you don't. Drew, it's really you. The man steps up and grabs your shoulders. Then you recall the voice and the soft brown eyes. It's Pax Sontil, your parents' chief assistant. You've spent many warm hours with him right here at Station Alpha. Packy, I almost didn't recognize you in those clothes and with that beard, you exclaim, hugging him tightly. How did you get here, Drew? He asks excitedly. We thought the new Pell was completely cut off. We have the Field Bear's ringleader. Want to help us interrogate him? Pull the trigger with Saki. That tzatziki sauce comes out. There is. Oh no, man. Where does mannequin juice come from? I don't know. Stick the sandwich. Okay. All right. It is. You reply in a rush of words. You tell your old friend everything that has happened and ask him to take care of your companions. That's already being arranged, Drew, he says with a smile. I'll take you to them. Wait, Packy, you cry. First tell me where my parents are. What's going on? Let's wait until I can tell everybody at one time, he says seriously. Some mighty strange things have been happening on New Pale. I would have never guessed. For the last month or so, and you may be the only people in the galaxy who can help us. Come on, let's get started before it's too late. The others are waiting for us in the library. You follow Packy to the library where you see the rest of the Unit 5 crew gathered around a large table. Looking at some kind of map, you notice that their weapons have been returned to them and that no one seems to have been injured. Oh, man. You guys, isn't that thick one? I don't. There's so much mannequin juice on nipple. Yeah, I love the way you sum that up, Grim Squirrel. Yes, tiger yogurt, cucumber, lemon juice on or mannequin juice on nipple. Yeah. Read all that, Logan. No, I'm not. I'm not going to read it all right now. Dark, there you go. Yep. Turn to page 105. That's what we're doing. Okay. And it looks like we're heading to some new choices, guys. So here we go. Packy waits until everyone is quiet before squeaking in a voice that is strong but filled with strain. First, let me apologize for the rough treatment. You were a big surprise to us, and our guards had to be cautious, he says. I think we made him blush. Maybe a little. What's going on here, demands Brim. I'm getting to that, Commander Darkstar, Pack says quickly. Only a little more than a month ago, everything was working fine. And without warning, our giant machines started attacking all of the stations on New Pale. We soon lost all contact with other stations and with Truan City. Trouble spread to all of our computers, even the tiny level ones. Once even the tiny level ones we used to plan work schedules. We had to destroy every piece of electronic machinery in Station Alpha and shoot the heavy agbots on sight. Did the same thing happen at the other stations, Packy? You asked your friend. We think so, Drew. But we can't be sure. Our radios are all destroyed, and we haven't even tried to get through to the stations Beta or Gamma. They're our closest neighbors, but they're both more than 1,000 kilometers away. From the looks of those fields, you say, it looks like the entire mannequin crop will be lost unless we do something quickly. Drew's right, says Packy. If we don't spray for manitodes and field bears soon, we'll lose all the mannequin on this planet. Do it again. Even the tiny level ones. Okay, there we go. That could spell disaster for many colonies throughout the frontier, Brim exclaims. We've got to do something. Do you have any idea what's causing all of this? Only an idea, Packy replies. But if I'm right, it could be disastrous. Look at all those machines just go crazy, you ask your old friend. I thought we had one of the galaxy's best computer systems. We do, Drew, says Packy. Perhaps that is the problem. Our master computer, what we call the main brain, is a huge level 6 machine in Terrain City. It not only controls all of the mannequin operations, but also everything else as well. I'm very much afraid that our problems stem from the brain itself. Errol breaks the tense silence with a low growl. If I'm hearing you correctly, we're in real trouble, says the Azarian. Are you telling us that this main brain has gone crazy and is controlling all the other computers on this planet? And it's some kind of computer revolt? The situation is a little more technical than that, says Pack. But that's the general idea. Wait a minute, Packy, you say. I've been in the computer center with my parents lots of times. There's always seemed to be plenty of technologists working there who could have stopped the brain before anything like that happened. Even in Space the Future, they're calling it a brain. Yep. Many things that can be put together. Oh no. The flying monkey dog. There we go. We got to drain the main brain. You got me, Matt. You got me. Your old friend points to the spot on the map of Terrain City. The security center is just across the street from the computer center. We think that the brain somehow organized all the security robots and cybots first, then captured all the people in Terrain City before anyone could do anything. A whole city of people? Exclaimed Seal. That wouldn't be a big problem, you tell the surprised Dralosite. Most of the New Pale's 20,000 people work at the stations. Only a few hundred technologists actually live in Terrain City. But surely someone could break through the brain's defenses, says Brim. The brain in Spain needs to be drained. Oh, you guys. I swear he said the situation has more testicles than, oh my, mainly. All right. We sent a team to Terrain City last month, Commander, says Packy grimly. They included our 2 best scientists who helped design the brain's program. Their team was captured. My parents, you exclaim. Yes, Drew, Packy says. I'm afraid so. In her last message, your mother reported that the robots and cybots were in charge of everything. We lost contact with her in the vicinity of the security center. So we think they're locked up in there, along with everybody else in the city. How can we get into the computer center, Brim demands. We've got to stop the brain's program before any more damage is done. We have to do it before Starlaw gets here with their fleet. Kit and I have studied this map of Terrain City, Skitsy clicks. We've discovered 3 ways to enter the computer center through the front door, from the roof, or from the underground service tunnel. You could use one of the station's ground cars or the jet copter, Packy offers. We've removed all computerized equipment so that they're completely manual. Manual again here. The Terminators kill Skynet. Kill him into a false sense of security. What a pain to fight the brain in this terrain. He's just going to stop reading any comments soon now. I'll bring it some, Jazz. I'll bring it some. Holy shit, Lowland! Oh, no. Okay, great, exclaims Dark Star. We need to pick the best way to get into the computer center. You've been there before, Drew. Is there any way to reach the brain without getting caught? And we're down to our mulligan again here, a new mulligan. And I need to turn my light on because it's starting to get dark and I can't fucking see. Okay, there we go. Let's bring the brain out in the rain and then it will strain to complain. All right, we got 3 choices. If you think it would be best to enter the computer center from the street, turn to page 34. If you'd like to try landing on the roof with the jet copter, turn to page 76. That's our second choice. If you think the safest way would be through the underground tunnel, turn to page 118. So, from the street, from the roof, the underground tunnel, street, roof, tunnel. Okay. And then we'll need to drain the rain from the brain. Yep, there you go. This is a good one. Villains of Alternus, you know, it was a little disappointing to me. It was just super short. It was a good book. It was just short. Roof. Got a vote for Roof. Roof for rough. Roof as in the top of a building. The roof. I'm sorry. I don't do an Australian accent very well. But hey, no. Hey, nix, nonks, nay, no. I'm thinking tunnel, but I'm scared of chuds. I'm going to count that as a tunnel, Roo. 2 for tunnel. This tiger says tunnel. He said rough. There you go, rough, yeah. Bottom tunnel with supply 3. 3 for tunnel, dick pots. He said wood. Did not say wood. Canadians also say roof. Yeah, roof. It's roof. Trying to, my Aussie ears are broken. Sorry. Australian accents is just not my thing. Not my thing. You called me Scottish. A little Irish in me, but you know, not really Australian. Maybe if I practiced at it. There's one for the street. We got one for Fireball, which wasn't one of the choices, but I like it. I like it, Chris. I like it. We can bring dick bots through. They're rebelling. That's terrible, Bruce. Disregard last. Okay, all right. So I am thinking what we got here. Roof, Coco B. Tunnels, Tiger. Tunnels, Matt is what I was looking at. The street, which would be the third option. So, roof, tunnel, street. So far, 2 for tunnel is winning. 3 for tunnel. Oh, that's what he said, tunnel. It was Matt already. So 2 for tunnel. Still 2 for tunnel. 1 for street. 1 for rough. Checking my fan to see if it's still got water in it. Keep me cool. Anybody else? Any more votes? If not, we're going for tunnel. Nobody likes going down. Oh, here we go again, my friends. All right. I guess tunnel it is. The most votes for tunnel. Everybody else was divided on the rest. Where'd you hear that, Tiger? Okay, this is our mulligan page, and we're going to the tunnel on 118. That's propaganda. What's wrong with that? Okay. I've always gone into the computer center from the street, you say, but I'm sure the brain has that entrance guarded. What about the tunnel, asked Jan. I remember something about an emergency escape route from the basement, you replied, but I've never seen it. Let me look at that map, says Brian. And examines it intently. It reminds me of the underground service systems we used on Triad. to escape from the Sathar's warbot. It should, says Packy. We followed the Triad's plan when we designed it. That's it then, says Brim. The service tunnels on Triad are used as emergency escape routes, just as Drew remembers. Since the computer center is a top priority, all tunnels must connect with its basement. But won't the brain be watching the tunnel, says Seal? I doubt it, Brim says. That tunnel is packed with high voltage cables and is patrolled constantly by garbots, programmed to eat anything that doesn't belong there. That's the last place the brain would guard. Garbots, eh, says Errol. Those big vacuum cleaners aren't so tough. Let's go. Soon you are speeding through Terrain City and Station Alpha's only jet copter. The tunnel makes a series of rings around the computer center like a giant target with the computer building for a bullseye, says Brim. The farthest ring extends to the edge of the first mannequin field. We shouldn't go any closer than that with the copter. Let's see. Yeah, we're all just making shit up. That's fine. I'm good with that. Reminds me of that thing that I did in that place. Yeah. Now we got sucking bots. Yep. As you near the edge of the field, Brim cuts the jets and flies the copter like a regular chopper, hovering so low that the mannequin tassels brush the landing skids. The Unified Commander holds the machine lightly on the field. Within minutes, everyone is running toward the tunnel entrance. Errol is the first to find the shaft. When you join the Zarian, he's standing by the mushroom-shaped entrance hatch. Are you fucking kidding me? You see a control box on the outside of the door with a row of colored skeletons. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second just so you all can take this in. We've got a shaft and we've got a mushroom-shaped entrance. No! There it is, just for the visual. Great mushroom shape. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's how it's shaped. Yes, okay. Oh, all right, let us continue. It's a combination lock, said Skitsy. We push the wrong buttons or try to blow it up, the brain will know right where we are. I know the code, you exclaim. All the server systems use the same one. It's based off the changing colors of tree leaves: green, red, orange, yellow, and brown, in that order. If Drew's sure about the colors, we could easily get in without the brain knowing it, Brim says. But if the brain has changed the code, we might as well let Jan blow it open with kaboomite, with kaboomite, I like that, because of the alarm. It all depends on how sure Drew is about the code. Yeah, we're having fun here. Yep, there we go. There we go, Grim. All right, well, we'll give it one. Just for fun. Mushroom-shaped entrance to the shaft. Okay. If you feel sure of the color code and you want to try it, turn to page 56. But if you decide to let Jan blow a hole in the shaft, then turn to page 99. Okay, I'm going to mark our new mulligan page. And yes. Jan can blow it. There you go. We got one for blowing. I mean, Jan. We're bad. Blow the shaft good. Okay, 2 for blowing. 3 for blowing. 4 for blowing. I guess we're blowing. She's gone from suck to blow. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, if you decide to let Jan blow a hole in the shaft, turn to page 99. Everybody wanted to go for blow. Okay. Forgot the options. All I can think of is Jan blowing. There you go. The last so hard ages. I'm glad, Grim, because this Grim Squirrel, we like to have fun around here. That's it. All right. As you look at the front of the control panel, you suddenly feel uncertain about the color code. It's been a long time, and you may have forgotten the order. I'm sorry, Brim, you say. I'm just not as sure as I thought I was. Maybe it'd be better if Jan used some kaboomite on the door. After all, even if the brain finds out where we are, it might be quicker. Don't worry, Drew, says Brim reassuringly. The brain may have changed the combination anyway. Jan, get us in there in no time at all. Turn to page 47. Watch out, Jan! It's been a long time. Or Tiger, master use of emoticons. There you go. Turning to page 47 to continue with the blow. All right, what do we got here? All right, folks, we got another choice at the end of this one, so we're keeping on rolling here today. The beautiful demolitionist has already prepared a tiny amount of powerful explosives, TD-19, or kaboomite. She begins to pack it tightly around the panel. Everyone takes cover while Jan sets the fuse. Kaboom! You see a jagged smoking hole where the door used to be, and you quickly follow Brim and Arrow into the dark opening. The large lighted tunnel is filled with cables and pipes of many colors and sizes. You are on a flat walkway used by service robots on the rim of the artificial cannon, and you can see another walkway on the other side. Blow it anyway? She's panicking. He's packing it tightly. Yeah. Yes, pack it tightly. Pack it tightly, Jan. Yes, pack it. She packed it. She was so tight. Okay. Which way should we go? Asks Seal. Where's the map? You ask Skitsy. In the copter, he clicks. I programmed the entire map into Kit's memory. It'll show us the fastest way to the computer center. It leads you all along the flat walkway for several hundred meters, slowing down whenever Seal needs to catch up. Around a curving wall ahead, you see some kind of bridge. It's a metal crosswalk arching over the canyon of wires and pipes. On the other side, you spot a large side tunnel in the main wall. Clip it. Just the one Tiger. Haha, yes, Tiger. Talking turns with our one brain cell. There you go. Oh, you guys are awesome. What's that opening, Kit? Asked Brim. That is a corridor that connects all the rings to the center of the city, says the Cybot. It is like a spoke of a wheel leading to the hub. In this case, the hub is the basement of the computer center. There are hundreds of similar corridors all around the city that lead to the computer building, Kit adds. And we're back to mushrooms and that. Okay. Oh, you guys just don't know yet. Just hang on. We got a picture coming up and you're going to love it. It's not mushroom shaped, I promise. Maybe. I don't think so. Then we need to cross over the archways, says Brim, taking the lead. The tunnel is even larger than you thought when you see it from the bridge. The highest point of the archway, where the underground canyon is steepest, you spot something strange among the wires and cables below. One of those cables is moving, you shout. One of the segmented cables begins to crawl away from the others in its bundle. Thicker than any of the others. It glows a faint orange. It's a garbot, Errol shouts suddenly. Get off the bridge before it sees us. Too late, Brim says. Look! On the archway ahead, you see a robot shaped like a giant, flat-headed serpent rise from the canyon on its bright orange coils. You see the glare of its photo eyes as it searches for the intruders its sensors have detected. Screenshot ready. Oh, hey, Tiger, you got your pick? The shaft is even bigger than you thought. Oh, no. Get back to the other side, Arrow growls. The brave Yazarian has already charged ahead of everyone. 2 fragmentation grenades held high above his head. Come on, you big vacuum cleaner, the warrior snarls. Open your mouth wide for a real nice treat. Here's our picture, guys. Blow the shaft more. Now a serpent. Jan can handle it. Maybe. We're letting the monkey man, the ape man do it. Arrow. The Garbot sensors focus on the hairy Yazarian, and its square jaws open, revealing a dark opening more than 3 meters wide. You hear him hiss at the maintenance robot's fan as the maintenance robot's fan starts sucking great amounts of air into its metal throat. The force of the vacuum is so strong that you have to hang onto the rail to keep from being sucked into its terrible mouth. As the vacuum reaches its peak, Arrow tosses the 2 grenades with a great whoosh. The explosives disappear into the Garbot's throat. A tremendous blast shakes the bridge, and bits of bright orange metal fly into the air like deadly shrapnel. The Garbot's head plummels into the deep canyon, trailing a stream of fiery sparks. This has got to be hard for sure. It's a classic endless quest book. Open your mouth wide for a real nice treat. Open up for a real nice drink? What the fuck? Open your mouth wider to be blown inside. Oh my, you guys. Treat or drink, either way. There you go. You hear a howl of pain and turn to see a large piece of the Garbot's quills has hit Skitsy in the chest. The Vresk is pushed back hard against the railing, crushing Jan beneath his heavy body. Seal hurries to their sides before you can reach them. 3 meters might be a bit much for Jan. Maybe. Open wide. Why are we fighting, being sucked into a mouth? I don't know. Give us a report, Seal, commands Brim. How badly have they been injured? Skitsy's shell has been cracked just over the ribs, says the Drylosite medic. I can heal him with Biocord, but it'll take some time and he can't be moved. Jan has scrambled from beneath the Vresk's bulky form and is rubbing her thigh. My leg's twisted, she says. Should be all right, but I won't be able to move very fast. Okay, no, I'm not reading that. That's not good, says Errol. We have to hurry if we want to get to the brain room before security sidewalk finds us. You stay here with Skitsy and Seal while we go on. The mission depends on it. No, says Brim. The brain will find them. They wouldn't stand a chance. Got that ointment handy? Okay. Seal makes a low rumbling sound. I must agree with Brim. He says, I think we'd all have a better chance if we stay together. That's nonsense, both of you, Jan says angrily. We have weapons. We'll be all right. We came here to do a job, so let's do it. After a moment, Brim pulls you aside and whispers, Drew, see if you can make her understand. We must stay. We must stay here. She won't listen to me or Seal. You heard what Earl said. Don't do as Brim says immediately, because you aren't sure who's right. Your mind reels as you try to reach a decision. If you think that Brim and Seal are right and feel everyone should stick together, turn to page 23. If you want to split up and continue the mission, as Jan suggests, turn to page 115. So continue on together or split up. Okay. Jan's a real sport. I like that, Matt. She's walking side to side. Oh my goodness, you guys. Drew mansplained it to her. There we go. Jan can take it. Split up. 1 for split up. 2 for split up. I'm going with Jan. 3 for split up. Never split up. 1 for staying together. 3 for splitting up. 1 for staying together. Split the party. 4 for splitting the party. Any more votes? I think you're outvoted on this one, Tiger. All right. It looks like we're splitting the party and continuing the mission. You want to split up and continue the mission? Jan suggests turn to page 115. All right. We're going to die again. Maybe. Now it looks like we got some choices. Probably going to say, hey, Jan might need someone to blow. There you go. I can't disagree with Jan. The mission is more important than our safety, you tell Brim. I think we should split up and finish the job we started. Brim stares at you serious face for a moment, then smiles. You're a courageous boy, Drew, he says with obvious respect. Not many people could have made that decision. We can take this pile of plasteel with us, says Earl, pointing at Kit. Skitsy programmed it with a map of the city. This bug can show us right to the brain's back door. Grim nods his approval. Good thinking, Earl. Heading to the rear port. That was not in the book. Okay. Well, what about Seal and the others, Drew? Why don't you stay here as an extra gun in case the brain finds them? You feel a rush of disappointment at Brim's suggestion. You want to go with Brim and Errol, but your computer skills might be useful. You're also worried about leaving Seal behind with 2 injured team members. You wish Darkstar would just order you to do one thing or the other. Drew, it's up to you, he says. There'll be plenty of danger either way, so you needn't be feel ashamed whatever you decide. Straight to the brain's back door. Something is what I typed. Let's see. We could probably find the back door. Yeah. What is? Yeah, there we go. All right. So if you choose to stay behind with Jan, Sil, and Skitsy, turn to page 45. You decide to go on to the brain room with Rim, Earl, and Kit through the rear port, which I just added. Turn to page 135. So stay behind to protect the wounded, or move on with the party. As long as we don't have to get past a bunch of ladybugs. There you go. I don't know. New mulligan. We're moving right along, guys, but I think we're getting close to an ending. I can feel it. Ugh. All right, seriously. I don't know. They'd want us to continue without them. So, continue mission, Charlie Mike, or stay behind with the wounded. We got one for continue mission. EMAC type. Yeah, that's what I figured. I think it was typed, but a typo. There you go. What's our vote, though, guys? Continue mission or stay behind with the wounded? Oh. Continue. That's 2 for continue mission. 3 for continue mission. Tiger, Grim, what you guys got? Looks like the voting's heading towards continue. Yeah, we already split up. Fuck the injured. 4 for continue. There we go. Fuck the injured. 135. It's a turn to a page. Okay, so who knows? Wait, is Jan wounded? Either way, we go with Jan. Okay, well, Ray, you're already outvoted, dude. Everybody else wants to continue without them. You said continue without them, but if you want to change your vote, you're still outvoted. We don't have time. There you go. Okay, I think it would be better for all of us if I help you find the brain. Rue really likes Jan's mouth. Yeah, there we go. I think it'd be better if I helped you find the brain. You tell Brim. Jan and Sil can take care of themselves. Besides, I'm the best computer specialist you've got. Now that Skitsy's out of action. Darkstar grins at your argument. Check your gear, Drew. You're going with us, he says with an approving smile. You tell Jan and Sil a quick goodbye. Follow Kit's fast-moving body across the archway toward the center of Terrain City. The corridor connecting the circular tunnel extends straight as an arrow into the heart of the city. It takes you less than an hour to reach the end, where you find yourself facing a round door panel with a panel lock, just like the one on the mushroom shaft. What do we do now? Asks Errol, drawing his blaster. Put that down, says Brim. We'd have cybots all over us. Drew, you think you learned anything from that panel lock outside? I think I may have switched the order of the. I think I may have switched the order of the red and the orange buttons, she said. It might work if I press orange one first, but I'm not sure. It's our best chance, says Brim. If it doesn't work, Arrow can blast it, and we'll take our chances. Take a deep breath and step up to the panel. And you press the buttons rapidly, making sure you press the orange before red. There we go. It had a lock on it, yeah. You are prepared to hear the alarm, but instead the circular door simply slides open like a lens of a camera. The 4 of you dash through the hatch, which closes silently behind you. Find yourselves in a large circular room with dials, gauges, and control boxes covering the walls. There are also more of the round computer-locked hatches leading from other central corridors. In the center of the room, you spot an elevator shaft with the doors open and a car waiting. Where are we, Kit? You ask the Cybot. At this point, we are at the very center of Terrain City, Kit reports, in the basement of the computer center. Can you tell us where to find the brain? Brim asks Cybot. According to the map data The central computer is located on the 8th floor of this building, Kit replies unemotionally. That's good enough for me, says Errol. With a swirl of his scarlet cloak, the hairy Yazirian races for the elevator. For once, you don't need to get past the panel lock. All you have to do is press the button marked 8. Turn to page 33. Get a double-ended tunnel with a mushroom shaft that needs blasting. There you go. But we left Jan behind, so no more blowing. Turn to page 33. And we got another choice. Oh my goodness. Lots of choices in this book. I love it. It's easy to lock the tip. All you have to do is grip the shaft. Oh my god. The other must have been sweating that day. Maybe. The elevator doors slide open silently on the 8th floor, and the four of you enter a long, well-lit corridor. There are numerous doors on both sides of the hall, but they have no markings of any kind. Does this look familiar, Drew asked Brim. No, you reply, confused. I've never seen this part of the computer center. See if Kit can tell us which of these doors leads to the brain room. So the brain room, suggests Brim. That data is not in my memory, Master Drew, says Kit. When you ask it, the map only identifies the 8th floor as the location. Toward the end of the passage, you see a familiar-looking green box on the wall. Brim, I think that's a computer terminal. Four of you move silently to the panel. The green box proves to be a terminal used by maintenance and security robots to get instructions about their duties. Maybe we could just plug Kit into it and find out where the brain is, there, says Errol. That might be dangerous, says Brim. If the brain links with Kit, it might have control of our only computer. What do you think, Drew? Okay. The editor was a 13-year-old boy that day. Maybe. Don't ever give me a hard time for things I ever say ever again. It works on all mushroom-shaped shafts. There you go. All right, so we're going to plug Kit in, or are we going to keep looking for the brain on our own? Those are our two choices. We got no mulligan. Plug him in, or look for the brain on our own. Did you just say plug someone in? The robot. Kit, the robot, Biscuit. Hey, DL, what in the world is going on in this chat room? A lot, DL. It's been crazy. It has been this kind of crazy. There you go. Welcome in. It's good to see you. We are reading an Endless Quest book today. All right. So are we going to plug Kit in, or are we going to keep looking for the brain on our own? It's not just Jess. No, it's not just Jess. Jess, you missed DL last night. We hung out for a good hour at least. Yeah, we hung out doing radio from the hill. It was awesome. Sven, Kate was there for a while. It was pretty cool. On our own. Got one for on our own. Keep looking. That's 2. Did I miss any? Don't think so. Fuck Skynet. Look on our own. 3 for on our own. Need at least one more vote, guys. We'll plug him in, turn him on, let him fill around, and the brain was clear. So that's a vote for no. Look on our own. That's 4. Coco B. Okay. Tiger did vote the other way, but here we go. We're going to look around on our own. Page 128. Okay. Oh my goodness, another choice, guys. I just don't think Kit is strong enough to handle the brain, you tell Brim. Maybe Kit can use the map in its memory to help us figure out which door leads to the brain. Go ahead and try it, Darkstar says. You instruct Kit to study the map and do to compute the size of a machine that could control all the equipment in Terrain City plus the mannequin operations. Even with the smallest microcircuits, such a machine would measure at least 10,000 cubic meters, Kit replies matter-of-factly. You look in surprise at Broom's face, and see that he has reached the same conclusion. That's as large as the entire floor, you exclaim. We're inside the brain right now. What do you mean? Asked Errol. I've been in the programming room, but we never anywhere else in the computer center, you explained to the confused Yazarian. This must be a service core somewhere right in the middle of the brain. Any one of these doors will lead to the programming room. You lead the way, Drew, Brim orders. The first door opens into a narrow hall between two rows of spotless silver cabinets. We're in the memory core, you tell Brim and Errol. The control panel can't be far. Want to know we're inside? Whispers Errol, looking at it like a trapped monkey. I doubt it, you say. Level 6 doesn't have any sensors on the inside. That's why there was a terminal out in the corridor. It's over 9,000. Oh no! You start following the twisting passageway through the maze of gleaming metal cabinets. After walking for some time, you turn a corner and stumble suddenly into the large programming room you remember. The room is empty except for a wall of video screens and buttons. A small human clad in the familiar blue overalls for the corporation stands in front of the control panel, holding a bulky programming manual in one hand and pressing buttons with the other. A look of surprise covers his dry, shriveled face as you burst into the room with your weapons raised. You see a very old man with a fringe of long hair, gray hair hanging around a skinny, bald head. His face is so wrinkled that he reminds you of a mummy. Only his eyes appear young. You notice with a start that they're a strange, bright purple. When he sees you, what's happening? Oh, we got Bud Files in the house. Hey, Bud Files, good to see you. We're in an Endless Quest book today. We'll say hi, good and proper anyhow. Thanks, Tiger. All right. When he sees your weapons and the corporation's skiing suits, he smiles, showing old yellow teeth, and turns away from the panel. You may put your weapons away, he says softly. I work for the corporation too. None of you relax your guns, however. Who are you? Brim demands. And what are you doing at the control panel? I'm programming the master computer, of course, he exclaims, as if nothing unusual has been happening. I am senior programmer Mellon. Till quite recently, I was held captive in the security center along with every other scientist in Terrain City. It seems that this unfortunate machine has developed some minor programming errors, which I'm now trying to correct. Minor programming errors? Phil Bear's on Manito's worse than a cocaine bear. It's a weird old guy from Scene 23. There you go. Oh, you want me to give him the old man from Scene 23 for you? Okay. How did you escape from the security building, Brim demands. I'm not really sure, replies Mellon. Do you recognize this man? Brim whispers to you. No, you reply, but I wouldn't know any of the senior programmers. Let me ask him some questions. Holding your stunner on the man, and you walk towards him. Tell me, Mr. Mellon, you begin. Have you seen my parents, Anne and Mark Clayton? The bright purple eyes study you carefully for a moment. You're Andrew Clayton? The young computer wizard, he exclaims. Your parents are in good health, Andrew, and we'll be free as soon as I finish with this new program. Come here and bring that Cybot with you. With your help, I can put an end to this craziness immediately. Mellon turns back to the control board and reaches for a lever. But you must decide whether you trust this strange man. You decide you trust the old man and help him, turn to page 101. You decide not to trust the man and think you should prevent him from touching the control panel, turn to page 120. Squash the melon! I like that one. Tell me, Mr. Mellons. My voice is way down. Trust him 101. One for trust him. All the gallons of green goo, Jess. Take a chance. Trust him. 2 for trust him. I'll get at least 4. 3 for trust him, but that's a question mark, Jess. I don't think that's a vote. 2 for trust him. Wait, I need a verification on that one, Jess. 3 for trust him. Matt says trust him too. We finally get to the melons of nipple. Green goo, no gallons exactly. So, trust him or not trust him?
I don't know the whole guy. What the hell?
So far the vote is 2 to trust him. Yes, trust the creepy old man. That makes for 3. 3 for trust. We need 1 more. So we're at 4. Now we had Cocoa Bee trust. Ray's trust. That's 4. Okay, I guess we're trusting the old man. All right. Trust the old man. Go to 101. I'd never let a creepy old man near any melon. Near my melons. You tell him, Grim Squirrel. Okay, we got pictures. We get to go to page 102 on this one. And here we go, guys. If you can't trust a creepy old man you meet in a mushroom-shaped shaft, what is the world coming to? Watch out for his mountain lion. There you go. Right? All right, let's do this. Oh, shit. I think Mr. Melon has solved the problem for us, you tell Brim. As soon as we get his new program running, our mission will be over. Splendid, says Melon. Now give me a hand with these controls. You need to plug your Cybot into that socket to your right. You find where he's pointing, then pull Kit's connecting cable from its chest panel and fit the plug carefully into place. Good, says Melon. Andrew, when I give the word, I want you to turn this switch on. Place one hand on the round dial and wait for the old man's signal. He studies the programming for a moment, then nods. On, he shouts. You twist the dial and the control panel springs to life. Lights flash and a row of video screens flash on. You notice the kid has an odd blue halo around his Vruscoid body, and his photo eyes are shining strangely. Look at the screen, says Brim. You do as he says, and as you do, you know the terrible truth. On every screen but one, you see the field stations under attack and machines of all types. By machines of all types, the robots and cybots all have unusual blue glow, just like Kit. And the colonist weapons don't seem to be able to stop them. One screen shows a huge warbot rolling past the wreckage of a familiar vehicle. It's Unit 5 Scouter. Oh, it's going to be a graphic novel. There, it's graphic, all right. If you look away from the screens in shock, it's like he's revealing himself to be somebody else. Oh, no. You see that Melon is standing much straighter than before. With one hand, he reaches up to his face and rips away a rubber mask, revealing thick blue hair and an ugly grin on a much younger face than before. It gotta be an ugly grin. There's only one more picture, he says in an evil voice. Look! The last screen fills with color. You see images of Jan, Seal, and Skitsy against the wall, perhaps in the basement. They are surrounded by security cybots, armed with laser pistols and sonic disruptors, as you watch several Doze grenades explode over your outnumbered friends. Then the cybots move in to capture them. You lying space scum, exclaims Brim, raising his gyro jet gun. Suddenly, a snarling figure in a scarlet cloak leaps in front of Brim, heading straight for Melon's throat. It's Choth Arrow, turned into a ferocious beast. It's the first time you have ever seen the legendary battle rage that makes the Zarians the fiercest fighters on the frontier. Arrow's body seems to drop in midair as a beam of blue light slams into his furry form. You glance around and discover that Kit has stopped the Azerian with a laser. Fool, shouts Melon with a wicked laugh. Didn't you realize my new bodyguard would protect its master? Just then the far wall begins to slide into the floor, revealing the open sky outside the computer center. Oh no! Yeah, another one, Grim Squirrel. Here we go. Never trust the strange old man. Send in manual. Oh no! Wait, who's furry? The Yazirian, Errol, the ape man. Suddenly, a large olive brown fills the giant window. It is a perfect copy in plasteel of the terrible fire dragons of Yas, a cybo dragon. Thank you, thank you, DL. I appreciate that. We're having a blast today. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate any help you guys give us. We are on less than a zero budget, so thank you very much. You point your stunner at Melon, but a thin blue laser beam from Kit's chest knocks the weapon from your hand. Brim aims his gyro jet at the horrible beaked face of a cyber dragon, but before he can fire the rocket pistol, a ruby red stream of laser fire streaks from the monster's mouth, striking the brave Unit 5 leader full in the chest. Brim's skiing suit saves him from instant death, but his form collapses unconscious beside Errol's body. You realize suddenly that you now stand alone against these mysterious forces that have taken control of your home planet. As you reach for Errol's sonic sword and charge desperately toward the cybo dragon, you wonder why the fields of New Pale are so important to some unknown evil power, and why your mission has come to such an untimely end. Well, we do have the Mulligan page, so we can not trust the old man, and we're going to continue reading, but that's 2 times we've died. First we got blown up by a nuclear bomb, then we let the bad guys just send us over the mushroom shaft, I guess. Dang, well, yeah, it's the fucking corporation. All right. Well, that's it. Mulligan is over. Here we go. You do not trust the old man. We go to page 120, and we see what kind of ending we can get here. Oh, this one leads to a choice. Oh, boy, here we go. Man, this one just keeps on going. Not spelled and pronounced nuke, Ahular. You know, I never once picked the choice you that got us killed. True? Stop, you shout, aiming your stunner at Melon. Back away from those switches. Melon freezes and turns slowly towards you. His old man's face loses some of its wrinkles, and he seems to grow taller. He sneers as he reaches up to his face and with one hand tears away a rubberized mask, revealing thick space blue hair above the evil features of a much younger man. Dun, dun, dun. Don't you see? Even if Unit 5 is helpless against us, he says in a strong voice. Brim and Errol step to your side, their weapons trained on the mysterious stranger. Suddenly, Melon lunges toward a round dial on the computer panel. Stop him, yells Brim. You feel the stunner hum in your hand as its blast slams into Melon. Errol runs to the strange blue-haired figure inside and feels for a pulse. You'll be out for at least 20 minutes, he grunts. Is that enough time for you to figure out what's wrong with the machine, Drew? Asked Brim. You're already flipping through the pages of the thick programming manual, trying to understand the complicated level 6 language. I'm doing my best, you tell Brim. This stuff seems just too advanced for me. Perhaps I may be of some help, Master Drew. You look up from the book to see... Oh, perhaps I may be of some help, Master Drew. You look up from the book to see Kit's shining mandibles. Shoot the melon! Oh, we beheaded him. Nah, not quite. Constantly yelled, shoot it. Yeah, slams into the melons. Just don't get the mannequin juice on the melon. There you go. I may be able to explain some of the more difficult parts, intones the Cybot. I have only a level 5 system, but I should be able to handle most of the terms. Go to it, Kit, you exclaim, handing it the manual. Kit's ruscoid claws thumb through the book so fast that you can't even make out a word. In less than a minute, Kit hands you the book. It seems that you wish to restore the brain to its original program, says the Cybot. That's right, you reply. How can we do it? Is it possible? Certainly, says Kit. Simply pick a date before the new instructions were given and tell the brain to stop following all programs introduced after that date. Of course, you shout. But what date should we use? How do we know when the new program was fed into the computer? Why don't you use the same date you left for school? Suggests Brim. You know everything was normal then. You let Kit show you the right buttons to push, then tell the brain to cease to obey everything anyone told it to do since the day you left for Grand Cordera. The tiny lights flash on the control panel as the brain processes your command. Suddenly, the speaker on the wall starts to crackle, and you hear the sound of human voices. Hello, hello, can anyone hear me? Let's do this right. Hello, hello, can anyone hear me? Calls a woman's voice. It takes a moment for you to realize it's the voice of your mother. Mom, this is Drew. Can you hear me? Drew, she gasps. Where are you, son? I'm in the central computer room, Mom, you reply. Some friends and I have just deprogrammed the brain. You're just across the street from us, your mother exclaims. Son, whatever you did really worked. The cybots stopped guarding us, and the cell doors opened automatically. We saw the cyber dragons fold their wings and drop like stones to the pavement. Mark and I will be right over, Drew. Good work, son. What do we do with this blue-haired creep? Grunts Errol. What do we do with this blue-haired creep? Grunts Earl. There are still a lot of details we don't have, says Brim. We need to take him back to Port Lorne and turn him over to the Starlaw. But it might be wise to question him before we leave the planet. Then again, we might be able to get all the information we want from the brain's memory before Melon wakes up. What do you think, Drew? He asks. Can you get the details from the brain, or should we question Melon right away? We got one last choice, I think. The voice is almost human. Yeah, there we go. Our mom's a proper English lady. Yes, she's prim and proper. Prim and proper, of course. Mary Poppins style. Yay, we did it. Ignores all the previous deaths. Ha ha! You got it. You got it. That's why we do mulligans. Okay. So, search the brain's memory or question Melon when he wakes up. Melon goes under Rule 303. Yeah. So, okay. What do you guys want to do? We're definitely near the end, that's for sure. This was a good one. Search the memory. One for memory. Search computer. Search the computer memory. The brain. Search the brain's memory. Search the memory, that's 2. We're computer savvy. Search the memory, that's 3. You're right, Matt. Search the memories. The memories. Thanks for the memories. Okay. That's 4. All right, 4 for searching the memories. Okay, that's going to be 147. If we like this ending, we won't bother reading the other one. How's that sound? Search the memory. That's 5. I think we're definitely searching the memory. I think we should ask the brain about Melon, you tell Brim. That way we'd have at least some of the truth before we start questioning him. You call Kit and ask the Cybot to help, of course. Help you. Of course, Master Drew, it says quickly. All you have to do is use the printer. The brain will print everything Melon placed in its memory since you left the planet. In a matter of minutes, you have a complete printout, just as Kit said. As you read it, you are shaken by its terrible message. When you're finished, you hand the folded sheets to Brim without a word. The veteran explorer studies the printout grimly. Sathar, he mutters, clenching his fist. What did you say, Brim? Demands Errol, a fierce sneer on his hairy lips. Did you say Sathar? Melon's a Sathar agent, Errol, you say softly, knowing that the mysterious worm-like creatures are the Azarian sworn life enemies. He was instructed to destroy the mannequin fields by the Sathar, and he almost got away with it. There's more to it than just the mannequin, asked Brim. For some reason, the Sathar want to stop any expansion of the frontier towards Nebula. A new Pell is right on the new starship route through the zigzag dust clouds to the Zebulon system. The question is, why are the Sathar so interested in Zebulon? I think this by far was the dirtiest and funniest endless quest ever. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Yep, Tiger agrees. Errol was staring in fury at Melon's body as the Sathar agent begins to stir. Before you or Brim can stop him, Errol has Melon's shoulders in his powerful grasp. Talk! I said talk, you miserable worm lover! Screams the enraged Azarian. We know about you, your Sathar friends. Melon's purple eyes widen with surprise. When Errol mentions the sinister worm people, suddenly the man's whole body grows rigid, it trembles violently, then goes limp in Errol's arms. You see a broken plastic tooth roll from Melon's mouth to the floor, emptied its suicide pill. Poison, exclaims Darkstar. We won't get any more information from him. But we do have the record, you add. Brims looks at you and smiles. That's right, Drew, he says. We must get it to the corporation as soon as possible. It looks as if our solution to one mystery has led to us to one even more serious. Brim's mention of the corporation is a sad reminder to you that your adventure with Unit 5 has ended. You must return to the Computer Institute and complete your training. You're glad that the mission was successful, but you'll miss everyone in Unit 5. Brim, I'm glad you took me along as a guide, you say to the famous adventurer. I'll never forget this past week. Brim looks at your serious face and frowns. What do you mean, he demands? You've been far more than the guide on this mission. In fact, we might well have failed without you. Brim's right, says Earl, with a grin on his hairy muzzle and a gleam in his goggled eyes. If you hadn't been along, I would have had to listen to that big bug most of the time. Skitsy's a good scientist, but he's hardly the galaxy's most interesting conversationalist. Drew, that reminds me of something, says Brim. Skitsy's going to be out of action for a while, and we'll need somebody to help us with Kit and the other computer equipment. You think you could delay returning to the Institute for a short time? I'd like to follow up on that idea about Sathar and the Zebulon system, as long as we're at the end of the galaxy. How about taking a short ride with us through the Zagzig dust clouds? Your smile is the only answer Brim needs to his wonderful suggestion. Another adventure seems headed your way after all. And not even going to bother asking the parents. The end. Melon has gone limp. There we go. You definitely rewatch if you have a chance. I think it takes 24 hours to the live chat to replay Kickin'. Back to Dagobah. Oh, right. The evidence the Frontier Justice Dispenser begrudgingly accepts. Here we go. Yeah. We need some mannequin juice. Little Dagobah. Tiger, it's possible. Well, there we go. This was a good one. Captain Planet was a lot of fun. Yeah, woohoo, we won, but we only died twice before we got there, Jess. All right, I'm going to end the poll, my friends. We're going to see. We got 13 votes today. That's a lot for Endless Quest. We had a good one today. It's been a while since we had this many people in the chat. So ending the poll, we're going to see what votes we got. All right, Secret of the Djinn is in second. Secret of the Pyramids is third. Dungeon of Dread didn't get any votes. We reread it. We already read it once. So our winner, the Ring, the Sword, and the Unicorn. This will be our next adventure next month, guys. Good read, Logan. It was hilarious chat. It was. I had a great time. Everyone hit the like button. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube-y shit. You guys know how to YouTube. But yeah, if you want to support us, it's all there for you. Memberships, super chats. We've had a couple tonight. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, DL. We appreciate that. Next time, The Ring, The Sword, and the Unicorn by James M. Ward. That's a big wrap on Captain Planet. Had a blast, you guys. Thank you so much. People are shooting out fireworks again. They must have known we won. No, just kidding. A mishmash of Lord of the Rings, The Last Unicorn, Sword of Truth. I've never read it. But yeah, kind of sounds like that, maybe. The Last Unicorn, Sword of Truth. If you've read it before, Ray, that's cool. But I don't know, Tiger, have you ever read this one? Yeah, it's a different kind. It's rather short though, so we shall see. We should have some fun anyway. Might read it twice if it's really short. All right, that was a great one. Thank you all so much for joining me. My voice is about done, but I had a blast. I hope you guys did too. I'm just going by the title. Yeah, I kind of figured, Ray. I did. I kind of figured. But I rendered some pretty decent music for today's game. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And today's book, I should say. But our winner is the Ring, the Sword, and the Unicorn. So there we go. That's what we'll be reading next month. And tentatively, that will be on the 8th of August. So unless something happens or comes up, I might have to reschedule to the following Saturday like I had to do this month. On the 8th of August, we'll read The Ring, the Sword, and the Unicorn. So on that note, my friends, thank you all so much for being here. I had a great time. Happy to catch you, Jess, Rue, and Tiger. I'm glad you all were able to jump in. Grim Squirrel, Ray, Matt, thank you all so much for being here. Hope I didn't forget anybody here because we have had quite the crowd today. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. And Tiger, had a great time. Have a good night, everyone. You'd be glad you were doing better. I'll get your video finished ASAP. Premiere tomorrow, then off for a couple weeks. Now, if I can catch it tomorrow and I'm not asleep, I will definitely try to jump in there, DL. Coca B, can't forget Coca B. Yo, Joe, and peace out. And that sounds like a good way to end it. So until next time, my friends, Logan out, and we'll have some more adventures next time on Endless Quest Fireside Tales.